We have 3 days left till we go on vacation. We're coming up on my birthday, and I wanted to use it as an opportunity to talk about how do you homeschool during the school year when you can't take time off, but you're going to go on vacation and you're going to travel. So many opportunities to use things you do as education. I'm going to give you guys some examples once we go out. But this will kind of be about how am I going to prep and prepare that we can do our core subjects. So core subjects for us would be considered language arts and math. We consider those a necessity every day, as to where history, science, and all the other stuff can be done kind of with some grace. When you travel, you may not always have access to internet or to Wi-Fi, or you may not have cell reception. So part of my kids' curriculum is partially online, so that doesn't work for us. And then they have some books, but we also don't have a lot of space, staying in a small hotel room. So how are we going to utilize what we have and make sure that it works really well for us, that they're still getting all the things that they need met? So one of the biggest things that you have to do when you're deciding on what goes is you decide what is important for your children. So my middle daughter, her name is Piper, and she struggles with dyslexia. And so it's really important that we use our reading curriculum we have for her every day, because any time off delays and hurts the progress she's having. So that's a one for us that we have to bring. And then for my older daughter and her, we'll bring their language arts and their math curriculum. So we'll do those every day. Now, when we go on vacation, it's for my birthday, so we're going to be doing some fun things. We moved almost 1 year ago to the community that we're in now. We haven't left since. We've gone on no vacation, no travel. So we're going to do a lot of things since we've been cooped up and not able to really go experience anything. So as we go to museums and parks and all of that stuff, it'll give us an opportunity to discuss things. You just wake up? Yeah. Oh, good job. So for science and history, those things are going to be really easy to cover. We're going to be going to a children's science museum, and there's going to be... We're going on vacation, that's right. There's going to be a lot of things to do there. So we'll be able to use those as an opportunity. And we will just bring a blank journal with us. So the kids will document and express what they've learned there in the journal. And so if we go to a science museum, they have an exhibit on physics. We'll discuss physics. How does it work? What's happening here? Same if they have anything on, let's say, dinosaurs or stars. We would take what they've learned there at the museum and we would apply it to our lives. Now, some of the other things that we would do is I'm going to bring their nature journals. So they're just like a nice art book that have some lines in them that say, like flower you found, information, details about it. And then it has this like a little square spot that they can document what they're doing. And so I'll have those, and I'll bring some colored pencils for them so that they can sketch and journal those things, because we'll also go on some hikes, and so they'll get physical activity and they'll be able to journal what they find in nature, which also falls in line with science. Now for history, we'll look at some of the local history that we can find. We're going on vacation. And we'll discuss those things, and we'll do the same thing. We'll have them either draw a picture or write some information about what they've learned in their journal for history. But we'll do lots of hands-on discussion. And when it comes to like the dinosaurs, there's a little bit of history, archaeology, and science there that we'll be able to discuss. So we'll have lots of things that we can do. Now, there's school to be found in so many things. Even though we're like classical Charlotte Mason style homeschoolers, I also love being eclectic and using things like unschooling, where you don't really have a set rhythm you're doing for that day, but whatever comes your way ends up being the education that they learn. I'm fine with that as well, as long as they are learning, especially because we're only going to be on vacation for 5 days. So it's not the end of the world if they don't have a history and science book that they're doing every day on top of all your tired cursive books and all of that. Use this as an example. Let's say you're going to Disneyland. We're not, but let's say you're going on. You guys could use the opportunity to talk about many things. How do they cook there? How do they clean? How do the rides function and operate? What plants and landscapes do you see there? And you can tie those all into a subject. And then, of course, just having your kids being able to learn to, in written form, express what they've been educated on, and draw a picture that goes with that. That falls kind of in line with the classical education model of expressing what they've learned in a journal, in written and in a picture form. That's not a boo-boo, that's paint. You want to show them? Madeline did watercolors yesterday, and it stained her arm.
Yeah, I need to clean it out.
We have cleaned it, but it's just still there.
I need to clean it.
So we're going to, you can use that as an opportunity to discuss many different things. The history of how long has that park been there? Who established it? Who was the founder? All of those things can be used to your advantage. Now, can you do that over and over and over again? No, but now and then, that's okay. So you can use almost anything. If we go out berry picking or apple picking, we're going to talk about how do those plants grow? What kind of seeds do they have? What leaf types? So there's just so many ways that you can include daily activities on vacation into your guys' education. Same if you went to go see a movie or you go bowling, how can you take that opportunity turning into something where they can learn? Because it can be about more than just fun. There can be education behind everything you do. Those are just some of the ways that you can implement school. You could also bring your full regimen along with you. Now, we have a very long regimen that we do because we're trying to catch, like I said, my daughter that's dyslexic up with some things. And then last year when I had COVID, I was sick for almost a full month. And so my kids missed out on some things. So we're making sure that they don't miss pretty much anything this year. We're trying to make sure things are very consistent. We're still going to choose to take the break and not bring our full curriculum with us, but you very well could, and you could just set the time aside. Now, it takes us like 3.5 to 4 hours to get through our homeschool day, which is why we're choosing to not do all of it, because that would be a huge chunk of our time out, but they're going to still get what they need and more than enough of that. And since it's just temporary, I'm not worried about it. There's so much grace with homeschooling, and that's just the great part about having that freedom is you can get up and you can go, you can take the things with you, or you can choose what is or isn't important to come along in your journey. Well, we're back. We had to take a small break because I've been sick, which I feel like since COVID I've just gotten sick so much. But anyways, I'm back. We're gonna finish our discussion. So that's how we are going to homeschool on the road while we travel. In the car, we will do our read alouds together. Kids may do a little bit of journaling, their cursive practice they will do in there, and then we'll save the workbook work or the stuff where they need more quiet for when we get to the hotel where it's a little bit more spacious and peaceful and they can have the peace they need while they're being educated. Well, that's all we have for you guys. I hope that you enjoyed this and got some ideas on how to do school while you're on vacation, and we're looking forward to sharing all the new restaurants we're going to try, because we're not going to eat anything that we normally would eat at home, and then just all the things we get to do together, the museums and all that. So we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. We hope you'll consider subscribing.